Yo, what up guys? This is Meintsma. We're gonna head over to the course and show you what I'm throwing for the 2021 season. Alrighty, I'm gonna start by showing you guys my putting putter. Right now I'm using the Stone Steady for in the circle, and it's just staying up in the wind so nicely right now. It's got a really big bead, ton of glide, but it's very dependable as well and predictable. I'm really digging these. Just giving so many putts a chance. I'm just super stoked about it. But I also have a few throwing putters as well that I'm using in the baseline plastic as well. The beadless Steady. I have the Digger's stamp out of my buddy gave me down in Santa Cruz, California. Super nice with the beadless to stay up in the air and glide in the winds. I'm using that more for my longer putts. And then I'm throwing this beaded Steady that's gonna have just a complete turnover flight, or maybe a flip up to flat and stay straight in the air. And I'm getting probably about 350 out of these consistently for golf shots. So it's just crazy how much glide these really have. It's adding a lot to my game. Now I'm gonna be showing you guys my throwing premium plastic throwing putters. My one I'm going with the most right now and most wins is the Flex Swirl Steady beadless plastic. It's very overstable and it flies very predictable in the wind. I can get it to go about 380 feet, which is just crazy to add that into my game with the putter. I'm really digging it for just pretty much any shot hyzer. I can get it to hold Annie for a little bit, but it really wants to just flatten out and go straight. If I want something that turns a little bit more than the beadless Steady, I'm reaching for my Proline Titanic. It's got a little bit more neutral feel and stability as well, but it will still handle a lot of wind in this premium plastic, which I'm really digging. And then probably my favorite putt and approach disc from the whole lineup right now is the Breaker. It's got a nice bead on it and low profile with a flat top. It comes off so nice, forehand and backhand alike. And I just really recommend starting with a Breaker for any skill level. It's so nice for approaches, fighting wind. Next, I'm gonna be showing you guys my mid-ranges. The mid-ranges from DGA I feel like are the best part of the lineup. They just have so many cool flights that I haven't seen in a lot of other manufacturers, and I've been really digging them. I'm gonna be starting with the Quake, which is my most overstable mid-range. It's about a 5-speed and it's just so predictably overstable. It fights any winds. It's got no bead and a very nice flat top, similar to the Breaker. And it just really has added a lot of different shots to my game. Chip shot forehand with the mid is just such an important shot I feel like a lot of players should have, and this is a great disc to practice that with. If you want a little bit more glide than the Proline plastic, they have the Granite plastic, which is the baseline, and it gets a tiny bit more flip up, but still very, very truly overstable. So go pick yourself up a Quake. Next, I'm gonna be going into my little bit more glide, but still dependably overstable, and that's gonna be the Shockwave and the Proline plastic. It's got a nice bead and a good amount of dome to really stay in the air for a long time, but still have a very consistent overstability. Really digging the Shockwave as well. Probably the disc I'm throwing the most for the variety of shots out here in Vegas and a lot of different shots on tour as well is the Rift. I have a glow plastic one that's got a little bit more flip and glide to it than my Proline. But this is my fundraiser stamp for the 2021 season. I'm really digging this artwork that I got out of Minnesota. And the Rift has just added so much extra distance to any mid-range shot I've ever thrown. It just seems to stay up in the air so long and really push straight on that finishing line that you're looking for. So, the Rift. Next, I'm gonna be showing you guys my fairway drivers. I'm gonna be starting with the Pipeline. The Pipeline is just such a good beginner-friendly disc. I think anyone can really get out there and shape a shot with a Pipeline. I have a glow plastic one, which I've been throwing for long turnover shots as well as some rollers. And it's just going really, really neutral stability for me. And I'm getting it to hold these really slow flipping lines. So really unique discs, really digging the Pipeline. Check out Matt Bell's signature Pipeline Tour Series at discgolf.com. It's been a really popular mold and you can't go wrong with the Pipeline. Next, I'm gonna be showing you probably my most used fairway driver right now, which is the Bonsai. The Bonsai has just really been a perfect stability for my type of shot. I really like a flat, clean pull, and this disc will just hold so straight for so long and just barely get that touch, a little bit of fade. I have a Proline plastic one, which is pretty straight with a little fade. And then I also have an SP Sparkle one that really holds winds well. It really likes to hold a lot of torque. and it's got a little bit flatter top as well. So you can even throw some forehands with it and it comes out really straight on the flick, which I'm digging. Next, I'm going to be showing you my Hellfire. The Hellfire is my replacement for like a Firebird type of disc. It's very overstable. It fights any winds you could ever want. It's got a very nice feel as a forehand and backhand, which I like to look for discs that have a feel where I can throw both of those styles comfortably and not have to worry about it. So I have the Pro Line one that's a little straighter, the SP one that's very overstable. But again, the Hellfire, just such a good, important disc, especially for on tour in the wind. Really important. All right, and last I'm gonna be showing you guys my distance drivers. I do have a few distance drivers that I'll cycle in if these ones ever get lost or too under or overstable for certain courses, but this is about the average stabilities that I'll have in my bag at any time. So I'll start with my most understable, but still gets a lot of true glide, and that's gonna be the Hurricane in the Pro Line plastic. This disc has just opened up so much distance in my game. I can really get this disc on a hyzer out of my hand and get it to flip all the way over and ride out and get it over 500 feet, which is just awesome. I really dig in the Hurricane. If I really need a little bit more stability in the Hurricane and I have a lot of wind, I'm gonna be throwing my Hypercane. It's got so much more stability but has the exact same feel, so I really like to keep that. The clubs in my bag feeling similar to me but still have a different flight and characteristics. So the Hypercane will really just fight any wind. Pretty much a wind disc or skipping hyzer shots, things like that. Forehand and backhand again alike. Very good disc. Alrighty, and then one of the last few drivers that I've been throwing is the Torrent in the SP plastic. This flat driver is just so incredibly overstable. Even though the Torrent is more of a beginner-friendly glidier run, this special run has just got some crazy hookup to it. It gets monster skip shots, it fights any wind. So it's been a really good utility disc in my bag for fighting some crazy conditions on tour. And then lastly, I have one of my good go-tos that I've been throwing. It's my only Discraft disc in my lineup, but it's the Zeus, and it really has some really good glide. It goes so far. It gets a lot of nice turn, but has dependable fade. So it's pretty much that perfect driver you're looking for a lot of courses on tour. Really digging the Zeus. All right, and then I'm gonna show you what's in some of the sides of my bag. You know, walking around, you're gonna get hungry out there, young kids eating all the food. I got some organic premium almonds from Backstage Organics, some Lemon Crunch Power Snackers right now, some sunflower seed butter. You never know when you might need some extra energy, protein out there on the course. Rocking my Bushnell, of course, got to give a shout out to them. So awesome to be able to see the distances out there and what you need to throw. Fairways, distance, mids. You always know what you're doing out there. Yeah, rocking the pin game always. Got to give a shout out to everyone out there on the pins. And yeah, I want to just give a shout out to GK Pro. Thank you so much for letting me film on the channel. Super stoked for the 2021 season. Want to give DGA Disc a huge shout out. You can find all these molds available at discgolf.com. Super awesome to be able to be working with them for the next season for sure. And I want to also thank Northern Lights Disc Golf as well out of Minnesota. Go check out their website. They have a lot of awesome apparel, really cool gear. They run awesome tournaments up in the Midwest, so make sure you peep them. Lastly, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. I can't wait for the 2021 season. We'll catch you guys out there. Just actually slammed from 390 in that cleat. Oh, no, that's crazy. I couldn't even get a disc there, and then all of a sudden I aced it.